You love what you do. We're not going to get rich doing this, but it's who else gets to say like, what do you do for a living? I build hot rods. What do you mean by that? Like, I go to work, we work with a bunch of buddies, and we bend metal, we make metal stick, and we build hot rods. So it's just passion driven. Said you kind of get that, like, who these motherfuckers? Nobody knew who we were yet. They knew kind of Born Vintage. They knew they had the white car out already. Then we're building the green car, building the truck.
And if I'm not mistaken, that one
was there too. Yeah. So we'll get to that one.
Yeah.
But that one was there. So it's like we're doing all this cool shit, but nobody really knew who we were yet. So then it's like you start getting out and about, and like you said, talking about branding ourselves. Then you're, okay, hey, Born Vintage, how's it going? I'm Brock, I'm Kamaka. And then they start putting two and two together, and Phil been with us along the way, helping us tremendously, doing everything that he needs to be done. So having us, and then like I said, the crew we've got, just everybody, one big family, out and about at shows, building that. Like, hey, you got shirts? Yeah, matter of fact, I do, and then you start like, okay, now let's do a little more. Let's make this shirt. Let's make that shirt. Then we started doing open houses, and then those are fucking off the hook.
You took the words out of my mouth. Open houses are, I still have the footage of it, have been some of the most community building shit I've ever seen. The dogs are walking through. We have the barbecue, the food, the band. What was kind of the inspiration behind that? I don't see a lot of shops, and even to make it an annual thing. What made you want to do that?
I mean, just a lot of shops you see in the past, you've seen them do it. So it's like kind of like, hey, let's get people in. You can show them what we're working on. And just, I mean, Brock's born and raised here, so he knows a lot of people. I've come to know a lot of people, so it's like, let's just invite them in. Mi casa, su casa. So bring them in, show them what's up, and just have a good time. That's all we like to do, is have a good time.
I think something that I've called these series of episodes from today called the Philvilles episodes, because all the shops are all Philville, right. So this is Philville. I'm curious to know, before you even had a Phil on your team, I'm pretty sure there was times that were stressful. I'd like to talk about entrepreneurship for a quick second. What caused you to keep pushing? How do you keep pushing? There's a lot of people out there who have dreams, myself, Elijah behind the camera, and Killjoy. How do you keep pushing when sometimes it feels stagnant or it just seems impossible? What do you do?
Passion. I think you sum it up in one word. With passion. You love what you do. We're not going to get rich doing this. But it's who else gets to say like, what do you do for a living? I build hot rods. What do you mean by that? Like, I go to work, we work with a bunch of buddies, and we bend metal, we make metal stick, and we build hot rods. So it's just passion driven.
And you definitely, I can say, you're not faking any of the funk. I remember one of the moments that I was like, this guy really gives a fuck about these cars. You were explaining to me just the cup holder, or like on Mike's truck, the can holder. You're like, Momo, come check. I didn't have no camera. It was like, you need to really pay attention and look at this. Like, the hours that went into making sure that fit and things like that. I see your true craftsmanship really shines through. I want to kind of just talk about the future for a quick second. We kind of talk about the past, talk about the present, talk about the future. What is the future for Born Vintage? What is the 10-year strategy? I realize you guys have a lot of C10s, a lot of square bodies. But what's like that 10-year goal for the brand?
Just keep it going.
That's it.
I mean, that's it. Just keep it going. I think it's getting tougher to build cars that stand out in today's day and age.
Why?
Just because
I want to hear that.
We build another C10.
Okay.
We're building another C10.
Okay.
We just sold another C10. It's like, so we're building, there's one 69 Camaro, there's another 69 Camaro, there's two more we're building. So it's like you build one and they will come. But now it's like, how do you make each one different? How do you make it stand out when you go to a car show that it's, hey, did you see that C10? Not which one. Exactly, that twin turbo. I know exactly what you're talking about. So I think it's harder and harder to stand out, for sure, but it's just, you keep going, you try to push the envelope, you get the clientele, the customers that are willing to to push it with you.
To experiment with you and things like that.
And in today's age with 3D scanning, machining, 3D printing, like there's the hot rod game is on a whole nother level.
What's different now versus when you first started? That question just came to my mind. I was like, I gotta ask it. What's different? Because you've been doing it for over a decade.
Yeah.
So you can say that. Yeah.
I would say technology, honestly. Okay. You know, when it comes to even like this upholstery here, the hexagon print in there is all CNC stitched.
Whoa.
Yeah. You know, so back
like a machine that's
you just imprint it, load your material, and you know, it's just doing it all for you. So I think, you know, the days where it's like, man, we need to one-off machine this thing, you're like, oh, that's gonna cost a fortune.
Yeah.
Or now it doesn't. You're money ahead when you're just like, hey, let's make these door handles. You know, let's design, let's print, let's test fit them.
Yeah.
Now you can make your own door handle for a reasonable price. Where before, you know, you just, let's take this, let's do that. It just
measuring. What you guys spend on cardboard measurements, like the hours I've seen.
Yeah. And you think, you know, it's like, we're still primitive, I feel like, in our ways of metal fabricating. You know, there's shops out there that all the fabricator does is take this machine badass piece, make it fit. You know, to where our shop, we still, you know, that's a hand bead rolled bed floor back there.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing CNC about that. So it's still, you know, it's satisfying to know that we're still those guys where we can, hey, I want that, you know, like the 69 in the shop.
Yeah.
I want this roof to do all this weird shit.
Yeah.
Okay, we got you. You know, and then now, I mean, like I said, with technology though, it's scary because the amount of time we have in that, where these guys in Florida now, they have this machine, you can cut scene to this and look it up, but it's badass. It's this ball, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like
I'm going to cut it. It's
a
give me anything, I'm gonna Google it.
So it's like, I don't even know what it's called, but it's it shapes metal for you.
Wow.
I mean, you put a piece of sheet metal in there and you know, design it off obviously in CAD and everything, and it'll pop out a fender for you.
That's weird.
And this guy has a whole side of a Porsche that would probably take somebody, you know, in the more primitive way.
Yeah.
I mean, months to make. 10 hours, this guy's got a whole Porsche. Contoured curves, you know, it's just, so that's where you get scared. And I think that's across the nation in all different industries, where AI. You know, we got fucking robots coming in to take the Amazon worker drive, you know. So that's where I think this industry is going in some aspects of it, where people will be able to build these, you know, say $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 cars for half the price.
I noticed that just in paint. I think that's an industry I really watch. Like you when you guys are explaining just like the painting process. Right. You know, I remember once at the old shop, I almost walked into the painting bay and you're like, oh, what the fuck, man, what the fuck? Skirt. I was like, and I didn't know, but when you explain the process of preparing for paint and you explain these, and now wraps are just like status quo. And then we have patina wraps. And it's like, well, what the fuck? Like now what's real? Like now I don't know. So we CNC'd the bed, we patinaed the wrap. Right. Yeah. So is that even a 3-piece wheel anymore? Like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. Okay.
Technology is taking this industry in places that it's going to be hard to keep up. Yeah. You know, in the not so near future. Yeah. You know, so it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Well, nonetheless, bro, thank you so much for your time, Kamaka. Yeah, I can't listen. Bring it in. Come on. Real love. Listen, you guys. Where can people follow you? Follow the page. Can we just throw it on now? Put it on the screen too.
Yeah, Instagram right here. Check this logo out. It's in my hands.
There we go.
At Born Vintage Hot Rods.
Right there.
Facebook, the same thing. Born Vintage Hot Rods, and yeah, that's it. Social media as far as that goes. Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, that's right. That's all we care about. Yeah. Yeah, that's just about everything, you guys. Mohammed Cook here once again for an episode of Bakersfield Driven. This is the last episode of the Philville series. Make sure you guys to stay tuned. Dude, just one more time. Thank you fucking again. We are fucking out.